We're going to have them on in a couple different orders. One of them's been with us 2 weeks, one 2 months, and one 3 months, right? So 12 weeks, 9 weeks, and 2 weeks. And what I want you all to take away from them today is that they're all different, but what they say is very intentional, right? There's a reason they say it. We're going to bring on, we'll get Marshall Gosling on first here in a second, but we're going to have 3 different people, and we're going to role play in homes, phone script, a little bit of lead flow, but what you can write down today and physically go in the field tomorrow and make money, right? I remember back when I was working at a restaurant, to make $400, $500, $600, you had to go out all day. Well, for $1,000, it's in one sale, we can make that here. So I want to go over a few things, take notes on what these guys are doing. And hey, Marshall, can you hear me okay? Make sure you unmute there.
Yep. Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh yeah, we can hear you great, man. So the best thing about this entire business is you get to travel the world. And so, you can be on a conference call, everything like that. So Marshall, tell us a little bit about your story, about how long you've been with us, what you were doing before, and then we'll get into some sales, some in-home stuff.
All right, guys. So my name is Marshall Gosling. I am at the airport right now in LAX, waiting to go to Hawaii, which is where I'm from. One sec. It's so loud.
You're good. We can hear you great. Your AirPods are perfect.
Okay. Hey, everybody. So I'm 26 years old. I'm from Hawaii. Huge shout out. Thanks to Jordan, Ashley, Grady, Sean, everyone for making this happen. It's amazing what you can do here at Family First Life in a short amount of time. It's only my 4th week, and I'm a little over 27,000 in revenue produced, mostly all final expense too. And I'd say about 25% of them were all door knocks. So before
did you have
this,
sales experience before, Marshall?
A little bit. So before I was at Family First, I was door knocking. I was selling pest control door to door, and then I was a bartender before that in college, just making tips. It's pretty decent money, but nothing compared to what's going on here at Family First Life.
You weren't some life insurance expert or guru?
No experience whatsoever coming into this industry, and now I just have such conviction in what I do and just giving everything I have into what I'm doing. So that's all I can attribute to my success right now.
Okay. So you're 27, you had no life insurance experience. It's been 4 weeks. What's been physically deposited into your bank account in 4 weeks, dollars and cents? Just ballpark for me.
Ballpark figure, we're looking at about 18, 19 grand so far.
Okay. So when we're not even talking about back end or anything like that, had you ever envisioned that you could make any type, like, did you even know that was possible?
Not in that short amount of time, to be honest. It's crazy seeing that, waking up to the direct deposits. And, I come from very humble beginnings. So to me, money is not the end goal. Okay. It's the growth and helping others. And I love our job that we do. We help others, whether it's a family, whether it's a coworker. The money is always just a consequence of your actions and how you uphold yourself. So that's what I love about this job, man.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So let's go over, we don't have a lot of time with you, Marshall. We only got about 8 minutes with you. So let's, if you don't have a pen and paper out, get it out now. Let's say today was day 1 and you're dialing the phones. We'll role play final expense. And I want you to book me. My favorite hobby is golfing. And let's go through it.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, Jordan.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan. This is Marshall Gosling. I'm not a telemarketer. Listen, Jordan, I'm actually getting back to you because you requested some information on the new state regulated final expense plans. I'm just in the office here putting together your packet. I do need to verify a few pieces of information you put down. I have your favorite hobby as whatever you said it was, golf, right? And then is your address still at 2345 Main Street? Is that
Well,
still correct?
what is this about?
Oh, this is about the request you sent in for the new state-approved final expense plans. And I may have missed this, Jordan, but are you a smoker or non-smoker?
Oh, I don't smoke.
Okay, perfect. I'll make a note of that. So I'm just finishing up the packet here, Jordan. The way it works, it's all non-medical.
Marshall, we don't
So
want you to go to California jail, so you can throw it over your mouth if they're giving you a hard time. We can hear you perfect. Don't worry about it, or keep it down. But either way, it's all good. We can hear you.
okay, Jordan. So the way it works, it's all non-medical, no nurses, no needles, no physicals. I just need to come out there in person to verify you're not on an oxygen tank or 600 pounds overweight. Ha ha ha. They always laugh. Okay. You don't sound like it, but listen, they have me dispatched out there, Jordan, on Friday and Saturday between 10 a.m. and about 11 a.m. It only takes about 10 minutes and I'll be in and out. Are you going to be home for about 10 minutes at 10 a.m. on Friday?
I might be.
Okay, you might or you will.
Well, I got my granddaughter who's got soccer, but I should be.
Okay, let's just do this. We'll shoot for Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And then I will be coming from another appointment. I see a lot of families every week. So if you're not home, that would put a huge monkey wrench in my schedule. So is there any reason you can think of, Jordan, that you won't be home at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning for 10 minutes?
No, I'll be there.
Perfect. I want you to grab a pen and paper. I'm putting you in my calendar right now. I'll have you write down some information as well.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. My first name is Marshall, Marshall. Okay. And then I want you to write Saturday at 10 a.m. And then the last piece of information, I'm going to give you a confirmation number. I'd like you to repeat it back to me. It's actually my state license number as well. That's 1957 8146. Now, what was that confirmation you had?
1957 8146.
Perfect. And then I like to tie it down. Okay, so I'll ask a few more questions. I'll say, and Jordan, I will be coming from another appointment. So if I'm running behind about 15 minutes or so, is there any reason you won't be home for about 10 minutes between 10 and 10:30? Okay,
I'll
they'll
be
say
there.
no. Okay, I'll be pulling up in a gray soccer mom looking SUV. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'll have my state badge on around my neck. Is the house number on the house or the mailbox?
It's on the house.
Okay, perfect. And then is there any gate codes or vicious attack chihuahuas I need to worry about? They always laugh. They always laugh. Okay. Okay, perfect. And it is a house, not an apartment, right? Awesome. Well, Jordan, I'll see you at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. I look forward to meeting you and helping you.
Awesome.
Hang
Thank
up
you.
the phone. Bye-bye.
So the main
Yeah.
takeaways from that are, right, the emphasis is on them. I'm getting back to you, to you, to you. I'm getting back to you, that information that you sent in. And the other thing is the way you tied that down. Marshall, what's your, I mean, I think I could guess it, but what's your no-show rate ratio?
I think my no-show is maybe sheesh. I'd say maybe it's like 10%, less than that. I really lock down those appointments and I
Wow.
build that rapport over the phone. So
That's really good.
they're
So
rarely,
most people are about 65%, 70% to show up. About a 30, I say 50 is safe, right? But the way that you tie it down, it's no secret to why you're doing 12 grand in a week, dude. So I'm excited to be in business with you. I can't believe they pay us to talk about this kind of stuff. It's so much fun. So you and I were on the phone last night, right? And we were talking about the close, getting the check and everything like that. can you just give us one or two Marshall isms, one or two things that you're saying with the final, because everyone has the same clients, final expense, fixed incomes, you know, and give us how you explain, you know, let's go over some of your natural closes and what you're doing in the home, and we'll get you off on your flight.
Okay, perfect. So in order to get the check, right, I've built enough rapport. As soon as I sit down, I say, you know, do I have your permission, John, to tell you nothing but the truth, regardless of what that is? Okay. This is something you should have had a long time ago. It's a lot cheaper. It's easier to qualify. Okay. And the price would have never gone up to this point. It is now, but it is what it is. Okay. What we're going to do on the last step of this application is I'm going to get something that has a checking, routing, and account number so they can verify you have a working bank account and they know what method you're going to pay for this when it does become effective. Now go ahead and grab me a voided check and I'll go ahead and put that in here and we can get that set up. And then if I feel a little bit of resistance, you know, okay, I don't know if we're ready. I'll say, you know what, you're not the first person to say that. You know, lots of people in your situation wanted to think about it. But let me just go over the three things that you'll be thinking about when your head hits the pillow tonight and the next few nights. Okay, number one, is that $20,000, is that going to help? Yes. Okay. Number two, do you feel comfortable doing business with Mutual of Omaha? You've heard of Mutual of Omaha, right? Yes, they're very reputable. And then lastly, are you comfortable doing business with me? Okay, I look them dead in the eye. Are you comfortable? Do you trust me? I ask them, I'll ask, do you trust me? Yes. Okay, so there's really nothing to think about here. We just need to get you protected. My favorite line is, let's just get it done. Let's just get it done, okay? I'd rather you have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Does that make sense? Yes, 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 yes. They've said yes about 7 times now. When it's time to ask for the big cookie, the answer is going to be yes, you know?
Bro, go get on that plane. Someone upgrade this man to first class, dude. That was a clinic. But I can see you have worked on your craft and built, you know, it's rip off and duplicate, right? You didn't create those lines. You just rip off and you duplicate and you're obsessed with training. So if I was brand new and you hired me and I told you I wanted to do it faster than anyone's ever done it to go vice president, what would you tell me to do?
Well, that's super easy, okay? Because I'm not the first life insurance agent to work life insurance, okay? People write these things called books, and books have all the experience in the world from people who have made the same decisions, think the same thoughts. FFL, our website, the Facebook, hundreds of videos you guys can just dive into. They've already been created. Jordan Lowery, a GOAT. Ashley, the GOAT. Grady, the GOAT. They've all put in the work, okay? If you guys just literally take the time to watch these videos, read a book every once in a while, you're gonna learn. And in order to earn, you need to learn first, okay, guys?
I was on a flight the other night. And I was sitting in first class and there was 11 people and 10 of them were reading. 10 of them. And it's no secret, right? So we'll get you off on your flight, buddy. Appreciate you. I'm excited to be in business with you, and thanks for sharing all your knowledge with us.
Thanks, guys. Go crush it this week. I'm out.
All right, that was awesome. So let's grab on here. I want to bring on Michael Rhodes, Jr. guys. He is brand new with us, under 14 days. Unbelievable guy as far as has a big vision for insurance. And, you know, none of us, when we start in this business, are life insurance babies or born into life. You know, at least I wasn't. My parents were teachers, right? Someone else's parents might have been born in life insurance and that, but most of our team wasn't like that. The reason people love rags to riches and love those types of stories is most of us came from that. Most of us come from of middle income, and this is our chance to not be that. So, you know, this business gets me so fired up. I love it more than anything. Mike, how are you, buddy? Can you hear me? Just go ahead and in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little button, double tap mute, and then you should be good to fire away. Just give us a little bit of background on you, Mike, on where you're from, what you did before this, and we'll just kind of chat and have some fun.
Perfect. Hi, I'm Michael Rhodes. I'm from a little town northeast of Dallas called Paris, Texas. Before I started this, I've been in dealerships pretty much my whole life outside of the Navy. When I got out of the Navy, I started working at a dealership, started in car sales, and then I went into the parts department and went into parts management, and then I ended up as a service advisor, and now I'm here.
So
last 11
you
years,
you went through the car business. See, they fired me from the car business.
Yeah, I've been in every department other than accounting.
So what was it that made you? What was the last straw for you that said, "Hey, Mike Rhodes needs to go into high commission insurance sales"? What was it what was it?
They keep restructuring payment, or your income. They keep restructuring it. Like every 4 or 5 months, they come in and say, "Hey, we're changing your pay plan. We're changing your pay plan." And I'm like, "Man, this ain't going to work." So this last pay plan was going to take about $1,500 a month out of my family's pocket, and I was done. And then I saw an ad. I want to say the ad was on Facebook, and I think it was Nina, and I clicked on it, and now I'm here.
Well, that's pretty lucky. That's a pretty lucky person to run into.
Well, it was an ad, but then Alexander Strait reached out to me. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, still two great people, and
absolutely,
there's a lot of other life insurance agencies you can stumble upon.
Right.
But so it sounds like you were in the car business. They were taking money. They were changing the comp plan, but it was never in your favor. It sounds like
that's correct.
It was always the wrong way. That's what I love about FFL is, I haven't been here that long, right? I've been here 21 months, but the money keeps going up. It's never gone down, and it never will, right? And so the craziest part is today. That's why when we preach about protecting these new agents, right, Mike? When you make that first week, your only goal is to get back on the board, right? Your only goal is to get back on the board, because your first year, your first 90 days, your first 6 weeks, why would we expect to be profitable? Why would we expect to be great, right? We're brand new. Like when I was in the car business, they fired me because I couldn't get better. I was a liability. And here, the money keeps getting better and better and better. And I like to wake up every morning and just say, like, today is the brokest I'll ever be. I don't even, I don't ever say it out loud because affirmations and words are powerful, but it's true. You'll never have less money than today in the life insurance business. So, your first 2 weeks in, how much has hit your bank account?
My bank account, it's right at 1,400. But as far as issued paid, 7,482 in 12 days.
Okay.
Or not issued paid, but annual premium was $7,482 in 12 days.
Okay. So 1,500 deposit in 2 weeks. So we just want to make sure we're getting a little bit more America or healthier people or what. We'll work on that and work on Alexander with our instant drafts and all that. And we'll get to that. But what I want to know is $7,000, right? So $7,000, even if they're going to pay you in month 9 or 10 or 11 or 6, what is it that draws you to, insurance sales? What do you like about it so far, and what's helped you get in the field?
To be honest, I love talking to people in person. Like I feel, to be honest, I'm more comfortable in the home in front of a person than I am right now in front of you, in front of an audience. I feel really comfortable. I love helping people, and these people need our help. They're asking for help, and knowing when I leave the house and I've had them sign a contract, knowing that they're covered, makes me feel really good, and it gives me confidence to keep going to the next one. Because these people have asked for our help, and I love that. So
me too. Well, let's go over 2 things together, because you and I only have about 8 minutes or 9 minutes together. I'd like you to go over a financial inventory sheet with me. I'll be your final expense client, and we're just gonna have fun, dude. Actually, to be honest, we're learning from you, because out of 100 or 200 people, only like 5 people have ever done this. So you and I are technically learning together, right? Like,
Right.
I just figured out how to put this screen in here. It took me some time. It looks cool.
No problem.
So one thing I heard from you though, and I want everyone to write this down of why he's here, is contractual agreements to getting paid, right? When you make Mutual of Omaha or Americo, where you have your contract, there's a set amount, a dollar amount that you're going to be paid based on their age, their health, and the product. And it's never going to be less and it's never going to be more. It's a contractual agreement with $1 billion company, and they're going to continuously pay us. And the second thing is, you know, they were taking money out of his pocket. And in the insurance business, your money's only going to grow. So we'll go over a pretty traditional, straightforward final expense. 65 and 70 years old. You can just jot it down as Jordan and Brittany. And I'll be 65 and she can be 70. And let's just go through from we lost your camera there, but let's go through from the top of how you set the table. We're already at the table. I just want you to go through everything else.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Jordan. I wasn't prepared with that form. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. Take your time.
Okay.
So the ability to be paid by contractual agreements, guys, means they can never take money away from you. They can never, it's a set amount. It's one of the most powerful things. And also renewals, right? We own our book of business from day one, and they can never, ever take that away. So hang tight with us, guys. We'll get jumped in here any second. Michael, do you know where one is? If not, we can just run through it.
All of my stuff's in my car, like all of my documents and everything. It's all in my car, so I wasn't prepared to have my financial inventory sheets here in front of me. So
okay,
and I'm on my iPad. So in order for me to pull up the actual one that's downloaded, it minimizes my camera.
That's fine. Let's go through audio of it. Just 4 minutes. Let's start from the top.
Perfect.
What we want to know is how, Michael, if you were brand new in day one, this financial inventory sheet can give us structure in the home for a new person. So let's hear what you sound like on day 12. Go for it.
Perfect. All right, Jordan. So today our objective here is to find something that's affordable for you and Brittany. Something that's comfortable that y'all can, comfortably afford every month. So you know that you are going to always be able to keep your coverage, and to also just make sure that we see if you qualify. So I've got a few questions, some financial questions and some medical questions I've got to ask you, okay? So as far as the home here, do you rent or do you own this home?
Oh, we rent.
You do rent. Okay. How much is your monthly rent here?
$11.50.
$11.50. Perfect. Okay. And let's see here. And how old are you, Jordan, again?
I'm 65.
And Brittany was again?
70.
70. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. And are you still working, Jordan?
Nope. I'm retired and she's disabled.
So you're retired and she's disabled. Perfect. Okay. So between your retirement and any kind of Social Security or disability payments, about how much money do you have coming into your home right now?
About $2,400.
About $2,400. Okay. Perfect. Now, do you or Brittany smoke?
Nope.
No smoking. Perfect. That's good news. Okay. So after all expenses, your rent, electric, water bill, pretty much anything that y'all have to pay for every single month, about how much money do y'all have left over at the end of the month?
Oh, man. Leftover?
Yep. Yes, sir.
About $270.
About $270. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now, as far as you Jordan, as far as medications, do you have a list of medications? Are you taking anything on a daily basis for any kind of ailments?
I take metformin.
Okay.
Lisinopril.
For blood pressure?
Yep. And losartan.
Okay. Losartan. What is the losartan for, Jordan?
High blood pressure as well.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. And what about for Brittany?
Levothyroxine.
Okay.
That's it. She's pretty healthy.
Perfect.
I
That's
think the
good.
doctor put her on some cholesterol too. I'm not sure what it was, to be honest, but she doesn't take it.
She's not taking it. Okay. Was that what was the main reason why she was put on it?
I think her like I think it was the
Cholesterol.
was raising a little bit, but yeah, but you got it.
Okay, perfect. Now, any kind of major surgeries, especially in the less than 5 years?
Hip surgery 16 months ago, but that's really about it. I did have that's it. Yeah, no other surgeries.
And same for Brittany?
Yeah, no surgeries.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read off some other some major medical issues and go and answer them for you and for Brittany, okay? Any kind of heart attacks?
Nope.
No. Strokes?
Nope.
TIA. It's kind of like a mini stroke.
No.
Okay. Cancers?
Nope.
Stents?
Nah.
Diabetes?
Yeah, I'm a diabetic.
Okay, so one of the let's see here, prescriptions here was one of those for the diabetes.
That metformin.
The metformin list. Okay, perfect.
That.
I thought so. I'm gonna become a pharmacist one day. I promise. Okay. Any kind of neuropathy? Okay. High blood pressure? Yep. Lisinopril?
Yeah.
Perfect. And lupus or rheumatoid arthritis?
No.
Asthma or COPD?
Man, nah.
Good deal. Thyroid issues?
Yeah, Brittany.
Okay. And how about any kind of anxiety, depression, bipolarness, anything like that?
Well, who doesn't have that these days?
Are you prescribed or diagnosed for anything with it?
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay, great. And kidneys and liver, are they all good?
Yep.
Okay, that's perfect. Good deal. All right, moving on. As far as any kind of retirement or any kind of savings accounts that you have to offset any kind of expenses, do y'all have anything in a 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, CDs, anything like that?
Yeah, we each have a 401k.
Okay. And about how much do y'all have in each one of those?
Each or total?
Oh, total. That'd be fine.
Maybe about 90.
About 90,000. Okay.
It's like
perfect.
60 for hers and maybe 30 for mine, maybe.
Okay. All righty. And do either one of y'all have a current life insurance policy?
No.
No. Okay. That's okay, because we're going to get you one today, okay? All right. And yes, sir. Absolutely. Okay. Now, next question. Do y'all have any kind of identity theft protection?
No.
Okay. And do you have a will?
I did one like maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I think so, with this credit union.
Okay. Do you know where it's at or how to access it?
No.
Okay. Not a problem. You will have access to create a new one before I leave here today, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so what most people do is they want us to put something in place so that if you died or became disabled yesterday, money would come into the family today to take care of our mortgage, your mortgage or rent or pretty much any kind of expenses. So your spouse.
So Michael, when you're closing these, when you've sold this 7,000, are you reading that right off the bottom at the end?
I've read it a couple times, but not all the time.
Cool. So awesome job. Great structure, right? You just fill out the form and you show them what they qualify for, right? And then they pick the middle one usually?
Typically, yes. I've had several pick the lower one because I've dealt with a lot of very low income people. So they've picked the lower one when I've offered it to them. So
awesome. Just kind of working down closing.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things is where it says family. I want everyone to always go over family. That is one of the biggest things. If one of the biggest questions you can say is, if you don't mind me asking, your mom and dad, are they still alive or have they passed? Okay. Because the answer isn't going to change whether or not you ask, right? If you don't mind me asking, Michael, are your mom and dad, are they alive or have they passed?
Oh, they're still alive. Both of them.
Both alive. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Are they pretty healthy? Any congestive heart failure or active cancer or Alzheimer's?
So my dad has heart issues, high blood pressure, pretty much every male in my family has had strokes and, you know, issues like that. As far as my mom goes, there's no major issues.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. And so I'll say that, right? And then I take notes and I'm collecting. I'll say, now that makes sense. So you want to make sure that if like your uncle or like your dad or like this, that the mortgage is taken care of. Is that right? Okay,
Yes.
that makes sense.
Correct.
So family. So if you don't mind me asking, now mom and dad, are they still alive or have they passed? If they're alive, then we say, are they pretty healthy for the most part? Any active cancer, congestive heart failure, right? And so we're uncovering more information about reasons we can protect them and reasons we can sell them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So really dig into that family. Ask harder questions and dude, great job. Great job. I've gone through, you know, almost 3,500 sit downs, and you're on sit down, what, 20, 17, 20?
No, I've sat with less than 10 people.
Less than 10.
I've sat 10 people. I actually added it up last night. I've sold 8 policies.
Good job, dude. I can tell you're just in it for the families, which makes them like you and makes them want to trust you.
I try, yeah, and I try when I'm in front of them. It's easier for me to become more personable with them. So,
dude, that's awesome. Give us 30 seconds, 60 seconds, anything else you got for us in protecting the families or cementing the contract or anything else you got for us?
As far as anybody that's new on here, because like I have completely come out of my zone to do this. I've had numerous conversations with Trevor on the phone. This is the most uncomfortable I've ever been, but it's also, I've never made $7,000 in 2 weeks ever. So, if you're new and you're nervous, just keep pushing forward because it's awesome. Like I can't even imagine what's going to happen. $7,400 in 2 weeks. I mean, that's $15,000 in a month. I've never even experienced that, and I know there's so much more potential here. So, if you are new and on the fence, just go for it because it's going to be worth it, and let's do this together.
You got it, bro. Anything you need, let me know. I'm proud to be in business with you, and you got a great leader in Trevor and in Jen and Alex and Grady. I mean, the whole team, dude. So we're proud to be in business with you. Thanks for sharing some secrets, dude.
All right. Thanks, Jordan.
We'll see you soon. So obviously, guys, anyone can do this, right? I'm different than Grady. I'm different than Ashley. I'm different than Michael. Michael's different than Omar. Omar's different than Robert. Robert's different than Gage. Gage is different than Marshall. But everyone that works hard and has a genuine interest in helping and protect families, I love life insurance. So this is just anyone can do this, and I'll scream it from the top of my lungs. Next guest we have on, guys, is Omar Siraj. He is coming to us from the South, from Houston, Texas. He has been in business with us for, I don't want to quote it. I think about 14 or 15 weeks. We'll get him to unmute and get his camera on and say hello to us and learn a little bit about his story. But one thing I can tell you is he's exponentially growing, right? From a couple thousand a week to 10,000 a week to really, really growing his skill set. But he's always working. Anytime I call him, he's working. I know like he's a grinder. So Omar, it's good to have you on. Just share a little bit about your story and make sure we can hear you okay.
Sure. You guys hear me fine? You hear me, Jordan?
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay. So I got into business 3 months ago. I left the car business. I was in there for 6 years. Before that, I was in the fitness industry. So I got in this business. I had been looking at it for the past 3 years. Okay. While I was in the car business. And, I was on Grady's email list and he was sending me these numbers and whatnot. So finally, we had some turbulence, I would say, at my dealership that I was at. I was a finance manager. And a new guy comes in, pay plan cuts, you know how that goes. So I decided, I'm done with this. And I left my job June 1st. I walked into the GM's office. I told him, buddy, I'm out. Packed all my stuff, walked out. I had gotten the license now, and jumped right in it, full force. And I made good money in the car business. So I want you guys to know that. But the reason I left is because it wasn't enough, for one. Second, I was making somebody else richer, right? So 10, 12 grand you can make in the car business easy. But I know I'm destined for more than that. So anyhow, so I left that business, jumped right in. First month, 2 months, I fell on my face hard. And this is me falling on my face hard. I did like 15 grand of business first 2 months, each month actually. Okay. And that was me falling on my face hard. I wanted to get all the failures out the way really quickly. So, grinding it out. There was times I was sitting in my chair thinking like, dude, did I make the right move? And all the time in my head, I've had this, voice, right? I'm gonna make it work. It's not about like, okay, what do you do if this thing doesn't work? It's about, I'm gonna make this work. So that's the right attitude towards it. Anyhow, so fast forward, it's been like 3 months, right? I'm still learning. I'm still new. I'm a baby in the game. So I've had about 50 grand, I would say, deposited in my account over the 3 months.
About 50 grand?
Yeah, and it's
in
not
90
enough.
days?
Yeah, I would say give or take, right? Maybe a couple grand up and down.
But you've really got through your first 100 appointments and really just became a senior broker, right? I mean, from an underwriting standpoint, your first 60 days is learning, right?
Absolutely.
So if you were to start over today and you were walking out of that car, I remember the last time I walked out of the car dealership, it was 116 in Gilbert, Arizona. And I said, I'm never going back. And so if you were leaving right now, walking out of that car business, what would you tell yourself today? What would you do different?
If I was walking, dude, I would have walked out 3 years ago when I first discovered the insurance business. I was just, whenever you're wanting to make a switch, right? And this is the thought of every man, every woman who has a job right now. The thought that goes through your mind, dude, if I quit, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to pay the mortgage? How am I going to put food on the table? And those worries, I'm going to be very honest, they're not realistic worries, because a job is a job. I can walk into any car dealership today and just take my certificate, show them my awards, and they're gonna say, yeah, come on in. We're gonna put you on their team, right? So you can get a job at any time. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Dude, I plan on making millions, and at that level, you don't think about like, okay, what if I fail? You think about, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it work. Back to that.
Okay. I love it, dude. I love it. So, when scaling a business new, right, the first year is, it's hard, right? Because if you have 3 agents and you double twice, you have 3, you have 9, and you have 18, right? Yeah. But if you have 18 and you double twice, you have 72, right? 18 to 36, 36 to 72. And so the first 100 days, are a startup, but I know you have huge vision for building an agency, owning an agency, helping tons of people. What have you discovered in the field from a lead standpoint? What leads are you running? Give me a little bit of background into your lead flow.
So as far as the lead flow, buddy, I've tried all the leads. I've worked all the leads. I've worked Lead Bank. I've worked MailPro. I've worked LeadRilla. I've worked EverQuote. I've worked mortgage protection, the game times, the preferred game times, the regular standard game times, you name happy agents, and I've sold them all. I've sold something out of them all. So it's just a matter of, picking up the phone. Y'all have heard it before. Baby needs new shoes, pick up the phone,
Your girlfriend thinks you're a worthless loser. Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone. That's all it is.
What is it that led to your, I'm proud to work with a guy with your vision, right? What is it? What's your why, right? You want to make millions. That's cool. What is it what's your why? What's driving you deep down? When you go 0 for 10 or 10 for 10, when you make 0 or you make 15 grand in a day, what is it that keeps you working so hard?
Okay. So here's the thing. Naturally, a salesperson, right? There's one of them is just chasing the money. Okay. And then there's the other one. So my motive, what drives me every day, right? The reason I'm in this business, I've been in sales. My heart and my mind directs me in a direction where I'm a servant to people. Somehow, some way, I need to be a servant to everybody, right? So this business, here's how it will allow me to be a servant, okay? First, I'm helping people, some poor family. I go see poor people, dude, living in shacks, One of them passes, the beneficiary gets some money, they're able to, stabilize a little bit. I'm helping them on that side, right? Then you go into mortgage protection, real concerns. Husband dies, the wife is left stuck with, $6 grand to rent the house. Where she's gonna come up with that, right? She's a housewife. So real concerns. That's one part of it, right? So I'm serving those people. Now, everybody that's around me, okay, my family's not rich, my little nieces, my nephews, my cousins, they're not all rich, right? So how can I be of servant to them? Because there's three people when you're helping people, right? It needs to be in this order. First, you help your family, immediate family, okay? Second, you help your friends. The third, you look for outside people to help, okay? So my plan of action, first, I'm going to get all my family involved, have them making the same money that I'm making, okay? So I'm gonna teach them how to fish, right? If I teach my 18-year-old niece how to make 10, 15 G's every month, she's never gonna be broke in her life. That's my blessing. When I die and I have to answer to God, guess what God's gonna say? Good job, son. You taught your niece how to change her life.
That's
you know
the
what I'm
truth,
saying?
bro. That's the truth.
Then I go out to my friends, right? This is my first circle. It goes, it's just like the solar system, right? Then I go to my friends. I teach them all how to make money, right? And then it just grows from there, bro.
Dude, you should run the whole agency. You're in charge. Oh man. So I can tell that you have a huge heart, but ultimately, what the one thing I can tell you is the dividends that it comes back on helping you give them a fish versus teach them to fish, but the dividends that teaching them to fish will pay you is crazy. The the more you can care about the family you're with, as they're your mom or your dad, and you hear it in trainings all the time. What if you're the last person with a life insurance license they ever talk to? What if they never talk to someone with a license that you have the rest of their life? And if we get our family and our producers and our agents and our agencies to approach families like that, they are serving the families. They are protecting, America everywhere, every city from San Diego to Houston to Florida to Delaware to North Dakota. They need help. They all need help. So let's do, we got 3.5 minutes left. Give me some things that they can go out tomorrow and close more business. So when someone wants to think about it, or they want to talk to their daughter before putting anything, I'm not signing anything today, Omar. I'm not comfortable signing anything today.
That's perfect. That's awesome. Jordan, I'm glad you said you're not signing anything. Okay, let's think about the worst thing that could happen. Okay? Let's think about the worst thing that could happen. You said you don't want to give me your credit card. You said you don't want to put in an application. What's the worst thing that could happen? I put in an application for you, right? I put in an application for you. Your premium is $60, okay? And the application gets approved, and they charge you $60 for 1 month, and you have 1 month of life insurance, and you said, and you cancel the next month. So you're out of $60, but you were covered for 1 month. Is $60 a big deal to lose?
No.
So let's go ahead and put this application up.
Okay. So you're kind of making the money be to them like it's nothing. They are going to waste it if not.
So they think about it like, okay, whenever you filling out an application, getting their account information, right? So if somebody is asking for my account information, this is how I feel. I'm very protective of my account, right? So I'm like, dude, they're going to start hitting up my bank account for a bunch of crazy charges, and all this thing's going to happen, right? So now I have brought their concern into real life. Like, okay, this is what the worst case scenario will be. That you, while you're thinking about it, they approve the application, and then within the next 15, 20 days, you decided you don't want it and you canceled it. And you had to pay $60 for 1 month of having life insurance. Is that
that bad? Is that bad, Mary? Like,
exactly.
that's the worst. But the best. I always like to. I'm a big proponent in taking it away. If it comes back, Omar, this $67.22 and not a penny more, the $67, if it comes back, is there any reason you wouldn't be able to keep it? Are you sure? Okay. I want to make sure I'm not taking food, water, or medications off the table. And this is comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in cementing, taking it away. There was an integrity partner who posted something. He said, now this coverage right here, it's not worth 3 dead flies until the day that you need it, Omar. Yeah. And I need you to promise me you're going to keep it until the day that you need it. Because if you're not, let's just go ahead and tear up this check right now.
Yeah.
And the thing is success leaves clues. We're in the best company in the best industry. And Omar, even, don't focus on the now. Don't get your guys and your family to focus on the now, because this business builds and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And if you just get your team to care about people and protect them, the first year is as hard as it's going to be. It gets better in month 11 because you start taking advantage of some more of the comp plan. But you have to just have a long-term vision, a 5-year, a 10-year, how many and how many agents you're exposing. It's an exposures business. So anything else you can leave us with that they can use in the home before we send everyone back to their dial days?
Sure. I guess I'll just leave with this. A lot of times when you're in the home and, you're towards the end and they're not really opening up, you've done all your inventory sheet and everything, and they're like, I don't want to move forward, and you can just say yes and move on and say you don't have a deal, or you can dig further, right? And I would simply ask them, hey, buddy, it's either, when I'm at this stage of, okay, so I bring him back to their time that they filled out the form. Mr. Customer, when you filled out this form, right, there were thoughts going through your mind. You were thinking about, man, if I die tomorrow, what's my wife going to do? How's she going to pay the $250,000 I owe on this house? You thought about how she's going to take care of the kids. You thought about all of that. You must have thought about a budget that you had for this, right? So generally when I'm at this point, I'm in your home, we're this far in the process, and you're telling me you need to think about, it's just two things. It's either that you don't like me or you don't like the payment or the premium, right? So, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say, I don't, yeah, it's the payment, right?
Right.
Then now you have something to talk about instead of just no sale. And then I would just cut it down. Let's say I was offering him 200 grand, I'll cut it down 100 grand. And then, just many of
down
them,
close them, work it into their budget. 170, 150, 130, whatever.
yeah.
Perfect. Awesome, dude.
So
Go
it's
high,
always,
down close later.
it's always good to, just bring him back to the moment and describe it, put it in words. Like, I used to do that in the car business when somebody told me like, hey buddy, we're going to think about it. Or Mr. Customer, when you thought about this car, right? Just to give you an example, when you thought about this car, you must have thought about, hey, I need this car to be red. I need it to have 4 windows. I need it to have AC. I need it to be spacious for my kids. So same concept. I just bring it back, when you were filling out that form, you thought about all these scenarios that could happen. That, man, if I leave for work tomorrow and the car hits me and I'm gone, what's mama gonna do? So just like that.
Man, I'm excited to see you grow and see your agency growth, because if you just help enough people get what they want, you know what happens, man. You get everything you want. So,
buddy, I work my calculator every hour. Okay, I'm on the calculator as if it's freaking Facebook, and I'm doing the math for like where it's gonna go to.
yeah.
So I'm excited. Thank you guys for having me. Hey, I want to leave with this. Nina is awesome. Okay, Nina is great. She's the best. Okay.
Nina's the GOAT. To Nina the GOAT. 24,000, the 2 ladies. That's what I want to leave you with at the end of the day, guys. The faster you dial the phone, the faster you can reach clients, the faster you can book appointments. That's what Nina does. That's what Ashley Gromberg does. That's how they both sold 24,000 plus this last week. I never sold 24,000 in a week, so I can't teach you how, but they can. If you want to build an agency, you need 3 mentors. If you want to build a huge business, you need 3 mentors. You need 3 running partners, and you need 3 recurring lead orders. Let's all have a kick butt dial day. Let's finish the day strong. And, all in, guys, double or die. We'll see you on the next ones. Have a big weekend.